All right, but because you want to talk about them so much when we're talking about the Patriots, um,
I'm sorry.
we'll go and start talking about Jets, which is a team I actually do like. I did rank them fourth, but it's basically more of a wait till I see it type thing with the Jets
Yeah.
because they haven't been very good. Um, I'm high on Zach Wilson. Believe you are as well high on Zach Wilson. And I mean, I'm not saying he's going to play necessarily at a Pro Bowl level this year, but he's got pieces to help him. He's got another Wilson next to him, Garrett Wilson, who I really like. I think he's going to have an outstanding year this year. Elijah Moore was really good last year. I expect even a jump this year. Corey Davis is pretty much who he is. I mean, he's a solid guy. He had some injury problems last year, but he's just a solid guy. If he's a wide receiver 3, I think that's pretty good. They brought back some Berrios back in the slot. I've heard some decent things from Denzel Mims. I'll believe it when I see it. And they also added some tight ends. They got CJ Uzama, who is on the PUP list, but I do think he'll be healthy.
He'll be fine.
They got Tyler Conklin, who's just a good target. You know, he's going to catch the ball. He might not do too much else, but he's just a good security blanket for him. And drafted Jeremy Ruckert, who I like to come out of the draft. He's more of a run blocking guy, but I think he's a decent number 3 tight end for the team. And then we look at the running backs. You got Brees Hall, who's probably the best running back in the drafts, next to Michael Carter, who had a decent rookie year for them at running back. So they have a lot of pieces in offense. Obviously, the offense is going to go as far as Zach Wilson goes, but they definitely are building a nice skill set around him.
They for sure are. And like I said, the reason why I had them 3 is because I don't like their offseason per se. Their draft was very good.
Probably the best draft.
Draft was amazing. But those free agent signings were caca shit. Like, I'm sorry, that's never worked where you go and sign 2 mediocre tight ends. The Patriots did it last year. I mean, those were better than mediocre tight ends, and it still didn't work.
CJ Uzama was pretty big for the Bengals last year.
Yeah, he was. And now he's not with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Joe Mixon. Like, it's just a different team. I'm not saying CJ Uzama is terrible, but I just don't pay $8 million. By the way, same contract for both of them. 3 years, $24 million, Conklin and Uzama. I just don't. Why do you do that? It just seems like a waste of fucking cap to me. You want to get one of them? Sure, you need a tight end. You draft a tight end after that, who's I think is going to be very solid. Like you said, he grew up a Jets fan. I love that stuff. When they grow up fans of that team and they play for them, I don't know. It makes me feel like they're going to play harder.
I wish the Colts did that with Terry McLaurin, but
they didn't.
Anyways.
And now your favorite quarterback's playing with them.
My former quarterback, yeah.
No, your favorite quarterback. You love him. You have 3 Carson Wentz jerseys.
I definitely do not. I don't know who told you that.
No, but I got a story about the Jets, and this is a true story. I would never lie on the internet, okay? So
you just lied 5 seconds ago.
What did I lie about?
Having Carson Wentz jerseys.
We'll prove that later, okay? Walked in my house the other day, okay? My mom and my mom's friend are here. Guess who else is here?
Who? Oh,
Zach
okay. I know where you're going with this.
Wilson. Like, what's going on, bro? You're not going to dot up my fins, you know what I mean? And then him and my mom's friend left. Guy's a stud, okay? That's what's going to happen this year. They're taking that 3rd seed. That's what he walked out of the door, said, Van, 3rd seed. Believe him. Believe him. That's a true story, no lies. I don't lie.
It is one thing about Zach Wilson. It's confirmed that he has that dog in him. That's one thing that we can say about Zach Wilson for sure.
I can confirm that in person, like I just said. Who the fuck walks out of somebody's house and confirms they're going to be the 3rd seed in the division? Zach Wilson did.
I feel like somebody like him, you know, with the confidence that man has, I think he would say nothing but the 1st seed. But I don't know. You said that you saw him in person. I guess I got to go by your word. But
he didn't seem too confident at the draft. He looked scared, but he's got that dog in him.
He's that man. I mean, last year, he probably was worried because their defense was, if not mistaken, ranked last or second to last in the NFL last year.
I wouldn't do that. No quarterback's going on the field and being like, oh, fuck, my defense is terrible. No, that's just not happening. He didn't have the greatest protection. He didn't have the greatest reads. He just didn't. He wasn't very good as a player, just him. So I think he's going to be fine. You know, I'm okay with Zach Wilson. Always have been. He's got all the attributes to be great. He just needs – it's all IQ at this point. And he's got better alignment. not the greatest, but he's got better. He's got Vera Tucker at the right guard, McGovern at center, Tomlinson at left guard, Becton at left tackle.
Right, and he's playing right tackle now. I think Fant's playing left tackle, but he's on the PUP list.
They're both on the PUP list. They'll be fine. Becton's on it because he's 400 pounds, and I don't know why Fant's on it.
Yeah, but I mean, the defense was ranked last year, but they do have some decent guys out there. They got Carl Lawson, Quentin Williams, John Franklin Myers, who was very underrated for them. They signed him to an extension. Very good extension. Jermaine Johnson. And then, I mean, they got Sheldon Rankin, Solomon.
CJ Mosley, one of the leading tacklers.
Yeah, well, I was going to linebacker a second. I was going to over their D line.
My bad.
I mean, those 6 right there is a pretty solid defensive line right there. You have, like you said, CJ Mosley at linebacker. You have Quincy Williams, who's, I mean, he's a second linebacker.
He's solid.
But I mean, hopefully CJ Mosley can stay on the field the entire year. I know he has dealt with some injuries in the past, but I mean, that front 7 has some potential there for sure. I know they love Jermaine Johnson. Like what they say, they said they were able to get 3 of the top 8 guys on their board, something like that. We'll see.
Bullshit, but
we'll see how good they. Well, there was a lot of talk they could potentially take Jermaine Johnson like number 4 overall pick. They obviously really liked him. The guy they did pick at number 4 though is Sauce Gardner, who I think is an absolute stud. I think he's going to be great right off the bat. Next to him, they got DJ Reed, who's a pretty underrated corner.
Very underrated.
They have another Michael Carter on their team. And I also liked what I saw from Bryce Hall last year, personally. I thought he was solid. So as number 3 or 4 corner, I think that's solid. They got LaMarcus Joyner back there, and they also have Jordan Whitehead that they signed from Tampa Bay.
Yep.
They signed this past offseason, right? I don't think he was there last year.
They just signed Jordan Whitehead this year, but I don't think Joyner's going to be. I mean, Joyner might start, but I mean, at this point, their weakness is safety in my head. I think Whitehead's fine, but I'd try to start one of the young guys. Ashton Davis is sitting there. Go ahead and try him. I mean, he played a couple snaps last year. I'd throw him in. You already know what LaMarcus Joyner is. He's signing 1-year deals every year. So if you know you're not competing, get some of those young guys in there. I hope Ashton Davis gets his shot because I don't hate him. I liked him out of Cal.
Yeah, and I mean, Robert Saleh is a defensive mind, right?
Yep.
And I mean, with that talent that we renamed, I mean, they shouldn't be ranked dead last in the NFL this year in defense, right? Like last year, they were last in yards. They were 30th in passing, 28th in rushing defense, and they allowed the most points per game. I mean, the one thing is they also could not turn the ball, like couldn't force any turnovers last year.
No cornerbacks.
Yeah. I mean,
fucking Bryce Hall was cornerback 1.
Yeah, I mean, that is a problem if he's your cornerback 1. That's a cornerback 3 or 4. That's fine. But now it's a cornerback 1. But I mean, they made some improvements. Some guys are coming back. I mean, they should be at least middle of the pack defense this year if Saleh coaches them up right and they perform at their highest levels.
Yeah, I think what happened to them last year, as far as Robert Saleh, they used their main cap hit on Carl Lawson, and the guy never played. I mean, it's just demoralizing. You can't get any confidence going in there and just getting your butt kicked week 1. Or they won week 1, didn't they? No, they lost to the Panthers. Sam Darnold got his revenge. But I think they're going to be fine this year. Carl Lawson should be back. Everybody's healthy for now. Knock on wood. I hope they are. I'm excited to see the Jets. I think they're going to be better than everybody expects.
Yeah, I think I don't expect 9 wins, something like that. Probably 7-ish wins is probably about what I would expect.
Yeah.
I mean, the AFC is stacked. They do have a hard schedule. But it really does depend on Zach Wilson. He did have a lot of bright spots last year. He had up and down year. Obviously, had some low spots like against the Patriots that first game. But I saw some flashes, for example, when he played against the Titans early in the season. When he played against Tampa Bay later in the year, I saw some good games from him. Especially towards the end of the year, he seemed to really improve. He wouldn't turn the ball over as much. He was making better reads. Exactly. So I do think he has the ability to take that next step. And like I said, he has weapons around him now. Hopefully they all stay on the field because we know that some of the receivers had problems staying on the field last year. But I'm excited to see how the Jets perform this year.
Yeah, for sure. I'm ready for it, man. This AFC is loaded, man. It is loaded. And it's going to be crazy. I'm so excited for the NFL, man. I'm sorry if I sound nasally. I'm sneezing a lot, but I'm excited, man. I'm so excited. I'm more excited for this season than I have been in a while.